Currently riding an 8-fight winning streak, Beneil Dariush is putting lightweights on alert with stellar performances, proving to many he is much more than a grappler and BJJ specialist, but also someone that carries the power. Dariush trains at King's MMA, where head coach Rafael Cordero notoriously goes hard. Legends by the likes of Fabricio Werdum and Vanderlei Silva have trained there for years during their long and tenured careers. And even the hard-hitting boxing legend Mike Tyson has swung by King's MMA sometimes. Dariush's bout against Drakkar Klose arguably revolutionized his career. As mentioned, Dariush was always known as a solid opponent, but King's MMA altered the way he saw the art of striking. The first round portrayed Dariush at his best, displaying his terrific BJJ.
She's vulnerable.
That Beneil just stuck his hook in. He put himself in a lot of danger there.
And he's fighting off the hands, and in doing so, Beneil's getting that right arm under the chin.
That's the choke arm.
In the second round, Klose noticed that in order to win, he'd have to make it ugly. Klose would, however, realize that was a grave mistake.
Beneil hurt him! Beneil hurt him! That's crazy!
From that point forward, Beneil was known to carry powerful hands. That moment was so iconic, it even gave birth to this now classic reaction by the commentary booth. Dariush made it clear that despite his background being in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he wasn't scared to use his pristine striking when found in trouble.
Time to use the arms. Let's throw some heat. If I can get a takedown, I'm gonna get another takedown, but if not, I have hands, I'm not afraid.
A lot of this revolution can be attributed to the great atmosphere at his gym. Dariush would utilize the positive momentum from his stellar last bout to attempt to replicate magic. 2 unwarranted eye pokes provided Dariush with some amount of adversity.
Let's see.
Ooh. Oh, it's like a pinky when he leaned into it.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad poke.
Dariush provided Holtzman with 2 brutal knees in the first round as revenge for the eye pokes.
A little dirty boxing here on the defense, a knee while the Holtzman. Left cross from Dariush.
Oh, and another one!
It seemed Holtzman would see it out of round 1, until Dariush pulled out another trick.
What happened there?
Oh, again, slips in with a 1-2. Oh! Heavy shots. Dariush staying busy.
My God, Holtzman's got a chin. Beneil just...
Oh, that's it! Man! Dariush does it again!
Because of this finish, Dariush was now riding 2 back-to-back finishes in the second round in the year of 2020. This win would allow Dariush to climb up the rankings a bit further. Dariush was set to face prolific lightweight legend Tony Ferguson in 2021, a fight that on paper wasn't easy. Despite recent results, Ferguson was still a former interim champ and the author of one of the biggest winning streaks in lightweight history. Dariush came into the fight as a slight favorite to get it done. Tony Ferguson would always be a tough puzzle to solve, regardless of who you were. Dariush smartly used his advanced wrestling to take down Tony early in round 1.
Finish his takedown.
Beneil on top.
And you don't want to be here against Beneil Dariush.
Though not a lot of damage was inflicted, Dariush was winning based on control time. In round 2, Ferguson got caught in a heel hook most would have tapped to. But obviously, Tony was tough enough not to tap.
Dariush is in a very good position here for a heel hook. Very good position here for a heel hook. And that is nasty. Tony's in real trouble. Real trouble.
Pain.
Defending. You see him grimacing.
Kick in the head there.
Oh my goodness.
Ferguson's corner knew that he was down 2 rounds, and the situation looked dark. With Tony's leg already compromised, Dariush captured yet another takedown with ease.
Driving into him to get to a shot. Tony's got a choke. Oh, nice.
Dariush built his position throughout the entire round, and with that, captured the victory. With this big win over a legend like Tony Ferguson, Benny was now within the top 5 of the division. Close to a belt, Dariush was now scheduled to fight against then promising contender Islam Makachev. This fight would perhaps determine who would be next for the belt. Unfortunately, an injury weeks before his bout against Islam would sideline Dariush. Islam would defeat a last-minute Bobby Green instead, garnering him a ticket against Oliveira for the belt, which he promptly won. Dariush would fight the rising contender Mateusz Gamrot in a very tough return on the very same night Islam would claim the belt against Charles Oliveira. Gamrot was a tremendous challenge for Benny, considering he himself had world-class grappling too.
You know, for Dariush, a lot of times, and Gamrot even mentioned it.
What made this fight even more interesting were these insane grappling exchanges. The transition between striking and wrestling was absolutely beautiful to see. Benny was getting the better end of the vast majority of scrambles. While the first round was truly close, round 2 saw Dariush come out on top. Dariush's impressive striking saw him take yet another round and seal the deal.
He will have fought or is fighting for the championship.
He had done enough to secure his 9th win in a row. Dariush knew he deserved the title fight next, however, he'd have to wait.
But I will tell you one thing, I'm not a beggar. I've done everything I need to do. You said fight in here, whoever you put in front of me, I fought whoever.
Volkanovski, the featherweight champ, would have a go against Islam first. However, Beneil is now only 1 fight away from the belt. Benny is now facing Charles Oliveira, arguably one of the best lightweights of all time. Oliveira is by far Dariush's toughest challenge to date. Like Dariush, Oliveira is a master BJJ artist and holds the record for submissions within the UFC with 16. Also similar to Dariush, Oliveira is a BJJ wizard who developed serious hand power, with the ability to knock out opponents with 1 blow. Before his loss to Islam, Oliveira was on an 11-fight winning streak, including 10 wins by finish. Oliveira has finished serious lightweight opposition, including Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje. This fight has all the makings of an instant thriller. What makes it all the more interesting is that both fighters come from the same training school of Chuta Box. Credero, Beneil's coach, is one of the masterminds that made Chuta Box into what it is today.
Because for folks who don't know, he's a legendary trainer in MMA. He's from Chuta Box in Brazil. He was one of the top guys back when Chuta Box was the #1 MMA camp in Brazil.
Dariush is absolutely ready for Oliveira in what is arguably the most important fight of his career. And King's MMA is ready for the biggest war on May 8th in Newark, New Jersey.